Senator Ballant, 1 in 5 Americans report having traded cryptocurrency, and polls suggest that crypto trading is more common among younger adults, men, and people of color. Investor advocates, meanwhile, cite data from the Federal Trade Commission showing that $1 billion has been lost to crypto just from January 2021 to March 2022 alone. The industry has spent tens of billions of dollars to influence the debate over regulation of the sector, and it has made what it wants very clear: for the Commodity Futures Trading Commission to oversee it, not the much larger and more aggressive Securities and Exchange Commission, whose leader has not been shy about initiating enforcement actions against the sector. Senator Ballant, how do you think Congress should regulate cryptocurrency?
So I appreciate the question, Lola, and I will say right at the top that I am by no means an expert on cryptocurrency. I know very little. What I know is mostly based in the issue of blockchain that we did work on in the legislature in terms of being able to secure documents through the blockchain. I have strong concerns about cryptocurrency. I had spent some time living in El Salvador and recently learned that El Salvador has decided to use cryptocurrency as they have invested heavily in cryptocurrency for their country, and it has put them at financial risk. So I think we need more regulation of the industry. I think it is the danger that I see is that so many Americans like myself do not fully understand it. And I want to make sure whatever committee in the Senate or House is overseeing the investigations, they need to be well schooled in what the use of the blockchain is and how this comes into play. But this is an area where I have to do a lot more research and understanding for myself. But I feel like just given the fact that there's so much we don't understand, it should be strongly regulated.
Do you think that the SEC should be in charge of regulating it, or do you believe the CFTC, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, as the industry has argued, is the most appropriate federal agency?
I don't think in this instance we should follow the guidance of the industry. I think we want to really have a strict investigation of what this really means for our economy.
All right. As you now know, an executive employed by FTX, the cryptocurrency exchange, invested $1 million in pro-Ballant ads during your primary race, a historic sum of money in Vermont for a single candidate. His boss, Sam Bankman-Fried, has been a leading voice in Congress advocating for the industry's preferred regulatory scheme. During your campaign, you copied and pasted Bankman-Fried talking points on pandemic preparedness to your website. How can Vermonters trust you to think for yourself?
Thank you, Lola. So I want to really assure Vermonters that I had absolutely no knowledge of who was donating money to the Victory Fund, which is an LGBTQ organization. I did not want that investment in my campaign. I had no control over it. And the things I did have control over was how I ran my campaign, which was with many, many small dollar donors and the most Vermont donors of any of the candidates. That's what I can control. That is how I ran my campaign. I make my decisions based on what I think is right for Vermonters. That's how I've done my work here in the Vermont State Senate on so many issues. That's what I will do in Congress. And my support of pandemic preparedness should not be at all conflated with issues around cryptocurrency. I don't know the donor. I have had no communication with the donor about cryptocurrency. And as I said, it needs to have robust oversight.